Most people think you need money to make money. I'm here to tell you that's wrong. You don't need a fortune to start building wealth. You need discipline, strategy, and the right mindset. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how anyone starting from zero can create real financial success. If you follow these steps carefully, your financial life will never be the same again. Most people think building wealth starts with money, but that's the first mistake. They believe they need a fortune to create a fortune. Let me tell you something, it doesn't. Wealth begins in your mind. The first step, and the most important step, is developing the mindset of someone who thinks strategically about money, risk, and opportunity. If you want to go from zero to financial freedom, you must stop seeing limitations and start seeing possibilities. Every decision you make, how you spend, how you save, how you invest, should be intentional, deliberate, and long-term. You have to train yourself to spot opportunities where others see obstacles, to stay calm when markets fluctuate, and to learn continuously about how money works. Wealth is not an accident, it's a skill, and skills are developed over time. You have to embrace discipline, consistently save, consistently learn, and consistently think about how each dollar you earn or invest can work harder than you do. The mindset of a billionaire is not about arrogance or luck. It's about patience, clarity, and a refusal to be satisfied with average results. If you can master your mindset first, the money will follow. No matter how small your start, no matter how few resources you have, your thinking can create opportunities that compound over months, years, and decades into real financial freedom. And remember, this is a journey. You won't become a billionaire overnight, but if you focus, learn, and persist, you will see the results that most people never even dream of achieving. Most people believe that building wealth requires a huge salary, a lucky break, or some extraordinary opportunity, but that's a misconception. The truth is, wealth begins with habits, discipline, and a clear understanding of how money works over time. If you want to start from zero, the first step is learning to save consistently. Saving is not about putting aside a little money here and there, it's about creating a foundation for financial freedom. Every dollar you save is a seed. If nurtured wisely, it will grow. But saving alone is not enough. Money sitting idle loses value over time. Real wealth comes when saving is combined with smart investing. Investing is not gambling, it's a skill. It's understanding the rules of money, spotting opportunities where others see risk, and allowing your resources to work harder than you do. You don't need a fortune to start. Even a small investment done consistently and intelligently can grow dramatically thanks to the power of compounding. Compounding is patient, relentless, and unforgiving to those who delay. Start today, no matter how small the amount, because the earlier you begin, the more your money and your knowledge can grow. Education is crucial. Learn about markets, assets, and the principles that drive long-term growth. Avoid making decisions based on emotion. Fear and greed are your enemies. People often sell in panic or chase risky, get-rich-quick opportunities, and that's how wealth slips away. To build real wealth from zero, you need discipline, patience, and the courage to stick to a plan through ups and downs. Reinvest every profit, dividend, or gain. Let it fuel your next step. Treat setbacks as lessons. They are inevitable, but never as reasons to quit. Wealth is not built overnight. It is built steadily, consistently, and strategically. Look at your journey as a marathon, not a sprint. Reduce unnecessary expenses, focus on value, and make decisions that maximize your ability to save and invest. Most importantly, adopt the mindset of someone who believes they are capable of financial success. Confidence, persistence, and clarity of purpose are invisible tools that compound alongside your money. The cycle is simple: save, invest, learn, reinvest, and grow. Over time, this cycle produces results that seem almost magical to those who only dream of wealth. You do not need luck, you do not need privilege. What you need is action. Start today, start consistently, and start intelligently. Every small step, repeated over months and years, turns modest beginnings into significant financial freedom. The principles are simple, but the results are profound. By mastering saving, investing, and learning continuously, you create an engine of wealth that grows relentlessly, even if you start from zero. The moment you commit to this path, every day, every dollar, and every decision begins to compound not just your money, but your knowledge, your confidence, and your future. This is how ordinary people become extraordinary, how starting from nothing becomes the first step to real, lasting wealth. Discipline, patience, knowledge, and persistence, these are your tools. Apply them, and the results will follow. And building wealth from zero is not just about saving and investing. It's also about having the courage to take calculated risks and create multiple streams of income. But most people avoid risk because they fear failure. But here's the truth. The path to financial freedom is paved with risks taken wisely, thoughtfully, and strategically. Risk is not the enemy of wealth. It is a tool, and the smarter you are at managing it, the faster you can grow your financial standing. The first principle is understanding that not all risks are equal. You do not need to gamble or bet everything on a single venture. The key is to identify opportunities where the potential reward outweighs the risk and where you have the ability to control, mitigate, or adapt to outcomes. That might mean investing in a small business, buying a share of a growing company, starting a side hustle, or learning a skill that increases your earning potential. Each calculated step, each intentional decision is a building block. Too many people never take that step because they are waiting for perfect conditions or fear making mistakes. Let me be clear, mistakes are part of the process, and those who achieve financial freedom are not those who never fail. They are those who learn faster, adjust, and keep moving forward. Taking risks does not mean recklessness. It means preparation, research, and confidence in your decisions. Jamie Dimon's own journey illustrates this principle. Every financial opportunity he seized, every move he made, carried risk, but it was informed risk backed by knowledge, planning, and foresight. And you can do the same no matter where you start. Alongside taking risks, building multiple streams of income is essential. Relying solely on a single paycheck or one source of revenue is limiting and fragile. Real financial growth comes from diversifying your earnings. That can include part-time business ventures, freelance work, investments that pay dividends, rental income, or intellectual property. Each income stream adds stability, resilience, and acceleration to your wealth-building journey. While one stream may fluctuate or face challenges, the others continue to generate value. This approach allows you to take bolder, smarter risks because you are not putting everything on the line. It is the combination of calculated risk and diversified income that creates compounding growth, not just of money, but of opportunity, experience, and knowledge. And just as important, you must embrace a long-term mindset. Too many people chase short-term gains, hoping for a windfall, but the reality is that wealth grows steadily, consistency, and strategy. Every risk you take, every income stream you build, compounds over time. Every lesson you learn from a misstep becomes a foundation for smarter decisions in the future. Patience, discipline, and persistence are just as important here as they are in saving and investing. Another critical aspect is adaptability. Markets change, opportunities shift, and challenges arise. To succeed, you must remain flexible, observant, and willing to pivot when necessary. The person who becomes wealthy is not the one who avoids uncertainty. They are the one who navigates it skillfully, learning from every twist and turn. Moreover, mindset plays a central role in taking risks. You must believe in your capacity to create wealth, even if you start with nothing. Doubt and fear will paralyze you more than failure ever could. Confidence, informed judgment, and clarity of purpose empower you to take bold, calculated steps. And do not underestimate the value of compounding in this context. Each new income stream, each successful risk, each business or investment decision adds to the momentum of your journey. They reinforce one another, creating an ecosystem where money, opportunity, and knowledge grow together. Start small if you must, but start consistently. Even modest ventures, approached wisely and managed carefully, can grow exponentially over time. You do not need perfect timing or perfect knowledge. You need action, courage, and persistence. And as you take risks and build multiple streams, remember this: setbacks are inevitable. Some ventures will fail. Some investments will underperform. That is part of the journey, not the end of it. Every failure provides critical insight, every loss teaches strategy, and every challenge strengthens your ability to succeed in the future. Those who achieve financial freedom understand that risk and failure are companions on the road, not enemies to be feared. Finally, integrate everything you've learned so far: mindset, saving, investing, and risk-taking. Each component strengthens the others. A disciplined saver who invests intelligently is better positioned to take calculated risks. Someone with multiple income streams has the freedom to pursue opportunities without the fear of losing everything. In today's fast-moving world, building wealth is not just about saving, investing, or taking risks. It's about continuous learning, adapting, and staying ahead of change. Jamie Dimon has always emphasized that the markets, the economy, and technology evolve constantly, and those who succeed financially are the ones who are willing to evolve with them. You can start with zero, but if you stop learning, your financial growth will stall. Every day, the world presents new opportunities and new challenges, and the person who can learn faster, adapt quicker, and act decisively will outperform those who remain stagnant. Education is not just formal schooling, it's a mindset. It's reading, observing, listening, analyzing, and applying knowledge in real time. Whether it's understanding market trends, learning new investment strategies, improving your skills, or gaining insights from mentors, continuous learning compounds like money. The more knowledge you gain, the better your decisions, the smarter your investments, and the greater your ability to spot opportunities others miss. Adaptation is equally important. Strategies that worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. Industries rise and fall. Economic cycles shift. Technology disrupts entire markets. To build lasting wealth, you must be willing to pivot when needed, to embrace change instead of resisting it, and to act on new information quickly and decisively. Many people fail financially not because they lack ambition or discipline, but because they cling to outdated habits or refuse to evolve. Starting from zero gives you an advantage if you use it wisely. You are unencumbered by old methods, and you can learn the best strategies from the start. Moreover, action requires humility. You must acknowledge that you don't know everything and be open to learning from mistakes, from others, and from the environment. Every successful investor, entrepreneur, or financial leader has had to revise their approach multiple times in response to changing circumstances. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. The moment you resist change, you stagnate. Wealth in the modern world favors the flexible, the curious, and the disciplined. Combine continuous learning with the other key principles: mindset, saving and investing, taking calculated risks, and building multiple income streams. The knowledge you gain enhances your decisions in every other area. It allows you to assess risk more accurately, to recognize profitable opportunities, and to improve the efficiency of your investments and income streams. Think of learning as your most powerful asset. Unlike money, knowledge cannot be stolen, taxed, or lost. It compounds over time, creating returns far beyond what money alone can provide. And just as with money, consistency is key. Daily effort, small improvements, and deliberate practice accumulate into a massive advantage over time. The person who reads, studies, analyzes, and applies that knowledge consistently will outperform those who rely solely on luck, intuition, or short-term gain. Finally, understand that adaptation is also about mindset. You must embrace uncertainty as part of the journey. Economic downturns, market volatility, or unexpected challenges are inevitable. But if you are continually learning, you can navigate them with confidence. You will see opportunity where others see risk. You will adjust your strategy before small problems become disasters. You will leverage knowledge and adaptability to accelerate your wealth-building journey, even from zero. In the end, the principle is simple. Those who commit to lifelong learning, who adapt faster than the world changes, and who apply knowledge consistently create wealth that lasts, opportunities that multiply, and financial freedom that is sustainable. Starting from zero is not a limitation. It is a chance to build smarter, act faster, and grow stronger. Combine learning, adaptation, and action, and the results will compound over months, years, and decades, transforming ordinary beginnings into extraordinary outcomes. The world will not wait for you, but if you learn, adapt, and act, you will stay ahead and wealth will follow. Wealth is not created overnight, and anyone who tells you otherwise is misleading you. The most common mistake people make is seeking instant gratification. They want results today, returns this month, or a sudden breakthrough. But building real, lasting wealth requires discipline, patience, and a long-term vision. Jamie Dimon often emphasizes that the people who achieve extraordinary financial success are not necessarily the smartest or luckiest. They are the ones who commit to a disciplined process over years and decades. Discipline is the foundation. Without it, saving, investing, learning, or taking calculated risks becomes inconsistent and progress stalls. Discipline means showing up every day, making smart choices, controlling your impulses, and sticking to a plan even when it feels slow or unrewarding. It is the invisible force behind compounding, the engine that allows small, consistent actions to transform into massive results. Patience is equally essential. Wealth does not grow linearly, and the market, the economy, and your personal journey will have ups and downs. There will be setbacks, mistakes, and moments of doubt, but patience allows you to stay the course. The compounding of money, knowledge, and experience is relentless, but it only works if you allow it time to operate. People often give up too early, abandoning a strategy before the results manifest. The difference between ordinary financial outcomes and extraordinary wealth is the ability to persevere. Long-term vision ties everything together. You must see beyond the next paycheck, the next investment, or the next market cycle. Wealth is not about short-term wins. It is about designing a life where your money, your skills, and your opportunities grow steadily, systematically, and strategically over years. With vision, every small action today aligns with a larger goal tomorrow. Even starting from zero, you can map a path that, if followed with discipline and patience, leads to financial freedom. This principle applies to every other aspect of wealth building, mindset, saving, investing, risk-taking, multiple income streams, and continuous learning. And discipline keeps you consistent. Patience allows compounding to work, and vision ensures that all your actions move in the right direction. Together, they form the engine of long-term success. Many people focus only on tactics, buy this stock, start this business, but they ignore the strategic backbone. Without a disciplined approach, patience to weather storms, and a clear long-term vision, tactical wins are fleeting. The truly wealthy focus on principles, not luck, and they understand that the journey is long but predictable if approached correctly. And remember, this is not just about money. It is about freedom, choice, and the ability to shape your life. Discipline allows you to make decisions based on logic, not emotion. Patience allows you to stay steady when markets or circumstances are volatile. Long-term vision allows you to avoid distractions and focus on what matters most. Starting from zero is challenging, but it is also liberating. You are free from bad habits, old obligations, or outdated beliefs. You can build a disciplined routine, develop patience, and cultivate a vision without the weight of previous mistakes. Every small decision today, saving a little more, investing a little smarter, learning a little deeper, is a building block toward extraordinary outcomes. And over time, these decisions compound. What may seem insignificant now can, in a few years, become substantial wealth and freedom. The process is slow but relentless. Discipline, patience, and vision are your allies. They will guide your actions when motivation fades, when fear creeps in, and when results seem distant. The people who succeed financially are the ones who trust the process, who commit to small, consistent actions, and who always keep their eyes on the long-term prize. You do not need luck, privilege, or instant success. What you need is the steady application of principles, the courage to endure, and the foresight to plan beyond today. Over months and years, these qualities will transform your financial life, even if you start from nothing. As we come to the close of this journey together, it is essential to reflect on what truly builds wealth, especially when you are starting from zero. So many people believe that financial success is reserved for those born into privilege, those who get lucky, or those with extraordinary talents. Let me tell you, that is not the truth. Real wealth is built by ordinary people who commit to extraordinary principles. Every principle we have discussed, the wealth mindset, disciplined saving and investing, taking calculated risks, building multiple income streams, continuous learning, and long-term vision interlocks like gears in a machine. As we come to the close of this journey together, it is essential to reflect on what truly builds wealth, especially when you're starting from zero. So many people believe that financial success is reserved for those born into privilege, those who get lucky, or those with extraordinary talents. Let me tell you, that is not the truth. Real wealth is built by ordinary people who commit to extraordinary principles. It is built by those who understand that money is not magic, but a tool, one that grows and compounds in the hands of the disciplined, the patient, and the informed. Every principle we have discussed, the wealth mindset, disciplined saving and investing, taking calculated risks, building multiple income streams, continuous learning, and long-term vision interlocks like gears in a machine. If even one is missing, the machine falters. But when all of them work together, they create unstoppable momentum, a self-reinforcing cycle that turns effort into results, small beginnings into significant wealth, and zero into opportunity. Let's revisit these principles one more time, not just as abstract ideas, but as actionable truths you can apply starting today. First, the wealth mindset is the foundation. Without the right mindset, even the best strategy fails. Thinking like a billionaire does not mean being arrogant. It means being intentional, disciplined, and strategic. It means understanding that every decision, every choice, every action has financial consequences and learning to evaluate them with clarity. It is the mindset that allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It is the mindset that turns failure into a lesson, risk into a calculated move, and scarcity into resourcefulness. Your mind is the first asset you must develop. Money will follow if your thinking is right, but without the right thinking, money will slip through your fingers. Second, we spoke about saving and smart investing. Discipline in your financial habits is more important than how much money you earn. Every dollar you save today is a seed, and every investment is water for that seed. Small contributions made consistently, compounded over time, grow into substantial wealth. But remember, saving alone is not enough. Money must be put to work. Intelligent investing, whether in stocks, bonds, real estate, or businesses, allows your resources to grow faster than you could alone. And you do not need to start big, you only need to start. The power of compounding is patient, relentless, and unforgiving to those who delay. Your earliest investments, no matter how small, will have the greatest impact over decades. Combine disciplined saving with knowledge of investment principles, and you create a foundation that is unshakable. Minder's third, we discussed the importance of taking calculated risks and building multiple streams of income. Fear is the enemy of financial growth, and most people avoid opportunity because of it. But risk is not the opposite of security. It is part of the path to security. The key is to understand the difference between reckless risk and informed risk. You do not bet everything on a single venture. You analyze, you plan, you control what you can, and you accept what you cannot. Alongside risk, multiple income streams create resilience and accelerate growth. Relying solely on one paycheck or one source of revenue is fragile. Diversification of income allows you to take smarter risks, seize opportunities, and protect yourself from setbacks. Side businesses, freelance work, investments that yield dividends, and intellectual property are all examples of ways to build a web of financial stability. The more streams you create, the faster you accelerate toward freedom. Fourth, we examine continuous learning and adaptation. Wealth is not static, and the world will not wait for you. Industries evolve, markets shift, and technology disrupts old methods. To stay ahead, you must be willing to learn constantly, adapt quickly, and apply knowledge deliberately. Continuous learning is more than formal education. It is observation, analysis, practice, and applying lessons from both successes and failures. Adaptation is about humility and agility, recognizing what no longer works, letting go of outdated strategies, and embracing new opportunities is essential to long-term growth. Knowledge compounds, just like money, and the more you accumulate, the better your decisions, the smarter your investments, and the greater your ability to seize opportunities that others cannot even see. Those who stop learning stagnate. Those who learn relentlessly, even from zero, create enormous advantage. The fifth, and perhaps most important, is discipline, patience, and long-term vision. Wealth is not created overnight, and chasing instant results is a trap. And yes, challenges will come, you will make mistakes, markets will fluctuate, opportunities will fail, but setbacks are not the end. They are lessons, feedback, and stepping stones. Those who persist, adapt, and learn will emerge stronger, more capable, and wealthier. The journey from zero to financial freedom is as much about character as it is about money. Resilience, focus, adaptability, and persistence are as valuable as every dollar invested. They are the invisible forces that drive the compounding of success. Remember, starting from zero is not a limitation. It is a blank canvas, an opportunity to build smarter, act more deliberately, and create systems that last. Your discipline today sets the stage for your freedom tomorrow. Your mindset, cultivated now, determines the trajectory of your life. Your patience and long-term vision allow compounding to work in your favor. Your willingness to take calculated risks and build multiple income streams accelerates growth. And your commitment to continuous learning ensures that you never fall behind. All of these principles working together create the unstoppable force that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. So as you move forward, take this message to heart. Wealth is not a dream reserved for others. It is a reality you can create step by step, principle by principle, decision by decision. Focus on building the foundation first, your mindset, your habits, your discipline. Then apply strategy, save wisely, invest intelligently, take informed risks, create multiple income streams, learn relentlessly, and maintain a long-term vision. Be patient, be persistent, and trust the process. The results are inevitable for those who follow the principles consistently. Bendy, in conclusion, starting from zero is not a disadvantage. It is a starting point. Every billionaire, every successful entrepreneur, every financially free individual began somewhere. What separates them from the rest is not luck, not timing, but commitment to the principles we have discussed. Wealth is a journey, not a destination, and it is built by those who act with purpose, think strategically, and personally. If you embrace the mindset, develop your discipline, invest wisely, take risks intelligently, build multiple streams of income, learn continuously, and maintain patience and long-term vision, you are on the exact path to financial freedom. This is your blueprint. This is your opportunity. Take it seriously. Start today. Every action, no matter how small, compounds. Every lesson learned adds value. Every decision aligned with these principles strengthens your foundation. Over time, the accumulation of disciplined actions, strategic decisions, and relentless learning will create wealth beyond what most people ever imagined possible. And that is how you turn nothing into something extraordinary. That is how you go from zero to financial freedom. That is how ordinary beginnings become extraordinary outcomes. Commit yourself, apply the principles, persist, and your financial future will be limitless.